Lift the front of the vehicle and support it with jack stands. Be sure the axle can drop far enough to remove the front springs. Remove the front tires and shocks. Remember to save the lower shock bolts. Disconnect the lower end of the front sway bar links. This will allow the front axle to drop. Remove the spring clamp and bolt and set them aside. Remove the front springs, passenger side first. Remove the bump stop cushions and the bolts in the bump stop cups. Using an electric drill and a 5/16 inch drill bit, locate the center of the front lower spring pad. The divot in the center works well as a guide. Drill a hole through the guide in the pad as shown, using anything as a guide to keep the bolt straight. Screw one of the self-tapping bolts into the hole to cut threads where you just drilled. Remove this bolt and set it aside. Now it is time to install the new TeraFlex springs. Installing the passenger side first, set the bump stop extension inside the TeraFlex spring as you put it up into place. Once the spring is in place, rotate the spring so the bottom end of the spring butts up against the stop in the axle pad support. Now, bolt down your bump stop extension. Reinstall your bump stop cup, bolt, and cushion. Replace the spring clamp and bolt taken out earlier. Now install your front TeraFlex shocks. With the shocks in place, now remove the sway bar link from the sway bar. The sway bar links are pressed into place, and it'll either take a pickle fork or a hammer to remove them. After removing the sway bar links, identify the left and right quick disconnects. One way to tell which link is which is that the bolt head will point away from the vehicle in its final position. Place the sleeve onto the threaded bracket bolt and screw the quick disconnect assembly into the hole vacated by the previous sway bar link. For the lower portion of the sway bar, insert the stainless steel stud into the hole vacated by the stock sway bar arm, so that the threaded end of the stud points away from the vehicle. Using a 3/4 inch wrench, tighten the stud to the mount. Slide the bottom end of the sway bar link onto the stud. WD-40 may help to lubricate the polyurethane bushing, allowing it to slide on easier. Secure the link into place with a flat washer and cotter pin. Using a 9/16 inch wrench, tighten the sway bar link. Remember to grease your sway bar quick disconnects whenever you change your oil. We recommend greasing them at least every 3,000 miles. It is also a good idea to grease after going through water and when the quick disconnect becomes difficult to move.
To reduce driveline vibration, a transfer case lowering kit is installed. Install the 6 spacers between the frame and the crossmember with the flat end of the spacer facing up against the frame. The 1/2 inch lock washer goes onto the 1/2 inch by 3 inch bolt first, followed by the tapered washer with the flat end of the tapered washer against the lock washer. Tighten all 6 bolts into place.
Put the tires and wheels back on the vehicle. Now you can lower the vehicle to the ground. With the vehicle on the ground, torque your lugs, torque your track bar, your shocks, and your control arms.